Yo, what's going on, guys? I know I ain't made a video in a couple days, and I know I was supposed to be doing the power hour with Arrow or whatnot, but I was supposed to do that yesterday, but I got caught up with work, so I couldn't do it yesterday. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing an hour and a half, but with those, we're just gonna play some random game. I don't know what I'm gonna even play, but we're just gonna play some random game, and we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk and just build the community. That's what I want this to be for. Um, what I want to talk to you about today, there's two topics because typically now I like getting gameplay videos out, but there's been two things on my mind lately, and one of them has to do with these Switch 2 leaks. So I actually want to talk about what I want when the next Switch console inevitably drops. And second, I want to just talk about the state of video gaming overall and how I feel like it's been lately. And I want to hear from you guys on it. But starting off with the Switch 2, Switch whatever they're gonna call it, that's my console of choice. I love my Xbox, I love my PlayStation, but the Switch is what I represent. Um, you guys have known, and it's only been updated, but I have numerous games. You guys see what I'm going through right here. I believe the Switch has an amazing library. It has an amazing amount of games and an incredible amount of genres that you could play. They really do well with supporting indie developers, and I really get down with that. Like, let's see, where's it at? Let's see. Hold on one second. Where'd I put them? Okay, like I Ninja Samurai things. That's my thing, right? Um, Samurai Bringer, Getsu Famiden, Devil Slayer Rakasasi, Katana Zero, and The Messenger. Also, Samurai Main and Trek to Yomi. Those are some really good games, right? Indie devs, and I know Xbox and PlayStation have their fair share, but I do feel like Nintendo does really well with that. But with the next system, there are a couple of things. Some of them aren't needed. It would just be more like I want those to kind of be there. Some of them I feel like we have to have. And speaking of which, hold on. First thing first, right? First things first. The one thing that we cannot have happen again, the Nintendo app. That got to go. Like, that has to go. There should be a native party system on the Switch 2. We'll call it the Switch 2. On the Switch 2, there has to be a native party system. There's no way. There's no way. Even, and you know what? I'll be willing to compromise if they update the Nintendo app to where you could just do, say they're like, we put money into this, we don't want to get rid of it. At least just let us party up. Regardless of the games, let us party up on the app or add it to the Switch 2. That I'm a Nintendo guy through and through, but that's unacceptable if we get a Switch 2 and it does not have a party chat system. Like, I play Monster Hunter, I play a lot of different games on here, Warframe. And Warframe, there's party chat in the game, but I should just be able to party up with people I want to talk to. Especially because Nintendo does really well with multiplayer. So I don't understand why they decided that was a good idea. But Switch 2, that has to be there. Um, Themes, that's one of those things that doesn't really matter. But you know, I think this is pretty cool to look at right here, right? Nobody's just trying to look at this, and I get it. This is a gaming console. This is not a console that you use for entertainment purposes like Hulu and stuff. Even though they're up there, typically a lot of people, unless this is their one piece of hardware that they have, if you have multiple systems, my assumption is the average person is not about to sit there and use the Switch for Hulu and whatnot and Twitch and stuff. I don't see that. But themes, I would like to be able to use them. Like, I don't know a Switch owner that has not used this function or even live backgrounds. But I would love to be able to make this a background. And we're gonna keep this right here for right now because that's actually a really sick picture, right? Imagine how cool it would look. You turn on your system and this is what you get to see. Oh, wrong one. Right there. Right there. Beautiful, chaotic Gormagala. Themes should be a thing. The graphics, I would hope, now that we got the Switch OLED, I would hope that the Switch 2 is going to have an OLED screen. I don't think you can come back from that. I don't. Like, this beast here, my Steam Deck, I love this thing. I will tell you what, if they put an OLED screen on the Steam Deck, oh my goodness, that's going to be insane. But I do think that the Switch 2 has to have an OLED screen. I in my personal opinion, I think it does. I would like, and I don't know how the system's going to be, but what I would like is for docked, handheld to be able to do 1080. I would like 1080 in handheld, and docked. If we can get 4K, I'm not gonna complain, but I think it should be 1080. A safe thing for them to be able to do is 1080 on handheld and docked, 1080 on both. I think that's a fair thing to ask for, right? Graphics out the way, themes, the party chat, we talked about all that stuff. Backwards compatibility. I would be beyond two soul shocked if there was not backwards compatibility. The Switch has too many games to just completely disregard everything that they've put onto this system. Way too many. Especially with how well the Switch is selling. There are those people out there that actually, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had this thought, but depending on if they group the Switch 2 and the Switch together, the Switch family could become the best-selling consoles of all time. I don't think the Switch will do it by itself, but if we group it together like how you did the DS's and stuff, there's a chance it could pass PlayStation 2. So I highly doubt that they just, like, I can't see them not having backwards compatibility. You know what I'm saying? I can't see that. It wouldn't make sense. But I guess it would depend on how they're doing the cartridge. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, because people are now saying that, we might get a Switch 2 at the end of this year or next year. We're getting Tears of the Kingdom in what, 2 months? And you're not gonna want that to be on your Switch too? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So I think backwards compatibility has to be a thing. Party chat, 1080 on both, themes, all that. They don't have to do that, but there's no way. This picture's so cool, by the way, guys. I'm looking at it on my TV. Oh, this picture's so cool. Anywho, backwards compatibility has to be a thing. Real quick, because I don't really have like a timetable for how long this video is going to be. I just, like, look at these. Look at these kind of this one's okay, but you know what? Where's Malzeno's was pretty cool. Where is? And I know I'm going off track now, but now that I'm looking, I'm like, you know what? Okay, we gonna stick with this one right now, right? But anywho, yes, they have to have backwards compatibility. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think, what else do I really want from the Switch 2? And I'm not talking about the obvious, like the powerful games. 60 frames would be nice on the games. Like, I've enjoyed my Switch on 30 frames. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, some people don't, and fair play to you, but I've enjoyed my Switch running 30 frames. what I would like, because there's been some optimization problems and stuff, I don't think that the Switch 2 should have a reason why it doesn't do 60 frames. But if it's not, I would hope that every game going forward runs 30 frames, no less. There can't be games that are dropping. And sometimes it's just the optimization and and how the developers are creating their games, because sometimes it's not the Switch. Sometimes it is poor optimization. So, we got to know which one is which, but I do hope that with a more powerful system, these developers can get 30 frames consistently. I know people want 60, but I'm trying to look at it from a realistic perspective of, if we can't, then what can we get? And I do think that 30 frames should be a thing. So, I'm not even going to talk about the games. I'm not worried about Nintendo when it comes to games. They drop games all the time. And I'm not just talking about the AAA games, indie games, you know, all that. AA games. There's the first party games, you're going to get those from Nintendo, so I'm not worried about games. Personally, like I said, a party chat, the 30 frames to me would just be to kind of appease everybody, because I do want the next system to do good. I'm a Nintendo guy. I would like that. So 30 frames, I think that's fair to ask of consistently with all games. But the party chat thing, that really is sticking with me because of how much they emphasize. Like, they have great single player games, but a lot of Nintendo's games are multiplayer. So I do think that they gotta, you can't imagine playing Mario Party online and having a party chat with random people or your friends that aren't at your house that you're playing against. Like, imagine how fun that is. So Nintendo has to do that right. And that's truly all I got for like what I want from a Switch 2 as of right now. I'll probably think of some other things, but as of right now, those 5 or 6 things are like the big ones. You guys, of course, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see from a Switch 2. If you're even interested in getting one, you may not be. This may not be the video for you, but the next topic, I think everybody can participate in. And I just want to know your thoughts on how gaming has been lately to you. Like, to me, I've had fun with gaming. There was a point, I'm not even gonna lie to you, there was a point where I started to semi lose interest. And I'm 32 years old. I've been gaming since I was 4 or 5. So it's been a long time. And I think the majority of people, like when the Xbox 360 and PS3 were here, I don't think there was a gamer alive. And I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, because of how fun it was, I don't think there was a gamer alive that did not enjoy video games. We're talking about modern. And hold on, real quick, I'm gonna switch the picture. Right, I like Malzeno, but yeah, I don't think there was a gamer alive that didn't enjoy Modern Warfare. Excuse me, your Halos, your Uncharted on the PlayStation 3, the God of War games. There were so many games that were fun. Modern Warfare 2 was huge. That's what really brought multiplayer gaming online to like its apex. I truly believe. I think Modern Warfare 2 was that. I feel like right now the state of gaming is, if I had to give it an A to an F, I would say it's like a C plus. I would say it's like a C plus. You know what? No. I'll give it a B minus, because a C plus is average. Like, we've gotten at least with Nintendo, we've gotten a lot of good stuff lately, but I do want to see more than just remakes and remasters of games, and I feel like we've gotten a lot of that. I want to see more than just the yearly Call of Duties, the yearly sports games. I'm not even, for people that know me, I'm a big wrestling fan, right? Like, got this and everything. We gonna keep this right here for a moment. I'm a huge wrestling guy, right? The last 2 years, WWE 2K22, y'all that follow me, y'all have seen that I was playing the game, and it was fun at first, but something about it just didn't hit. And 2K23, to me, I'm not even excited. Now there are some games like Tears of the Kingdom. Model Anomalies is coming out next week. That looks really good. Atelier Ryza 3, the finale of the series, is coming out soon. We had the Metroid Prime remaster. And even though, I got the Metroid Prime games on my Steam Deck, there is a lot of good coming out. But I feel like the state of gaming right now is worrisome. I do think the state of gaming right now is worrisome. And uh, I feel like people focus on the wrong things. We get games like Hi-Fi Rush that are fun. And that's what we need in gaming again. We need fun games. You know, everything doesn't need to be hyper realistic. Everything doesn't. And I love RPGs, so I don't mind it. But not everybody has the time. Even I don't have the time, but I make time. But not everybody could put 40, 50 plus hours into a game. Sometimes it's okay for a game to be 8 to 12 hours. But then games like that, people are like, oh, well, these games aren't worth the money because it's so short. Not every game has to be long just to be good, or for, the price to be justifiable. You know what I'm saying? And right now we're in an age of gaming, and like I said, I'm not old, but I am 32. Things are different. Things are different, and I've accepted that. I don't like it, but I've accepted it. I do wish that more people cared about fun over like graphics. And shout out to my boy Doc Dark. Cool dude. I've heard him talk about how games aren't next gen if they're not 60 frames. Like, I get what he's saying, but I just feel like we look at the wrong things as gamers sometimes. We look at what the average new gamer looks at, which is like specs and, like I said, the graphics and what the frames are, and we judge games off of that. Now, I'm not saying that it's cool when games run like 12 frames a second. That's annoying. Even in a single player game, that's annoying. But I've played some fun games that unfortunately were barred down by, not necessarily the graphics, because different games have different graphical and art styles, and people need to understand that. But I played some games where the frames dropped, and I was like, ooh, maybe it's time to play something else. So I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm comfortable and I'm happy with gaming, but I do feel like it's taken a direction, not for the worse, but where it's making me feel indifferent. Like, I hear a lot, and I've said this before, I see gamer YouTubers or gamer content creators, I don't really see gameplay as prevalent anymore. Everything we're just talking. We're just talking. And I'm not saying that we can't, because it's a content creating channel. Like, I'm talking right now, but the last couple videos I've made, it's just been gameplay, and I enjoy that. I enjoy you guys seeing what I do, you know. So that's something I want to talk to you guys about deeper on Saturday for whoever joins. Is what do you guys think about the state of gaming right now? You know, like, you know, digital is becoming more of a prevalent thing to where soon, physical collectors like me and my boy TK9, we're physical collectors. That might be a thing of the past, excuse me. And it's just like, man, like, times change, but it's hard to see them change when you've been used to something for so long, you know? But depending on how this year goes, we might have a real good year to look at. I know with the PS5 and the series consoles, I don't truly feel like they're true next gen yet. I do think that more games need to start being made, and I know it's controversial, but more games need to be made just for those two systems. So you're gonna have to phase out the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One someday, because not every game, but a lot of games, when you have to focus on doing it for multi-platforms like that, there are some sacrifices that have to be made, you know? And I just don't feel like we're truly at the next gen yet. Yet. We're getting there, but I don't truly feel like we're next gen yet. But yeah, guys, drop your comments on if you made it this far in the video. Drop your comments on what you want to see from the next Switch, the Switch 2 or whatnot. And let me know what you guys think of the state of gaming, guys, all right? And I'll definitely see you tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to drop a little gameplay video for you guys today as well. So, you know, look forward to that. And you guys take it easy, okay? Later.